Oh, let's take a look at this. Hold on for 1 second here. Fox News, Fox and Friends. You know, like I do not envy these people who have to now pretend like, oh, remember like 3 days ago when we were saying that this was no big deal? And now we got to sort of slowly come around, but we got to just turn this ship a little bit slow. Here we go. This is Fox and Friends. Remember, a couple of days ago, they were, this is basically a hoax.
Thousands of spring breakers ignoring calls of social distancing and flooding a Florida beach. These pictures show massive crowds at Clearwater Beach, which hasn't restricted access yet. The city council may vote this week on whether to close the beaches, following the lead of Miami and Fort Lauderdale. A lot of people can't believe when they see those pictures.
It's apparently the same thing at South Beach as well. And if all those people are congregating and then they're going to leave in a couple of days, that's what community spread is all about.
Yeah.
Pause it. I don't have to say it because I'm doing it, but I'm saying it anyways. This network in prime time has been dedicated for the past 3 weeks to the proposition that this is a media hoax where the libs are just trying to, what was it that Trish Regan said before they kicked her off the air just a couple of days ago? She called it the coronavirus impeachment. And now they're like, I don't know why anybody's not heeding the calls from the CDC. It's almost as if they've been listening to this network for weeks.
Leave in a couple of days. That's what community spread is all about.
Yeah, one of my really good friends lives in that area. She owns those Chicken Salad Chicks restaurants, and
Oh my God! How many times did she bring us up? The chicken salad lady. I can never even remember her name, but I do remember that her best friend is a chicken salad entrepreneur.
Days. That's what community spread is all about.
Yeah, one of my really good friends lives in that area. She owns those Chicken Salad Chicks restaurants, and she says they're going to stay open because they're not as affected down there, at least right now.
So the question is, are you the...
Wait a second. What? They're doing a segment on these people on the beach who are not leaving. And she said, well, my friend sells chicken salad sandwich. Chicken salad sandwiches. So, that inoculates you from the coronavirus. Chicken salad does.
governor of Florida, and is it up to you to clear up those beaches? Or do you want a mandate from Washington to say, enough, you're not listening in all 50 states, so I'm going to have to do this from the nation's capital? So somebody's got to make that decision.
Well, it is a national problem. Let's see.
Thousands of spring breakers ignoring.
Let's see. Unbelievable. The president's starting to come around on this. I'm starting to realize it's not a hoax. It is not the Dems politicizing it. It actually turns out to be real. Who knew? Except for the Germans. The end of February, 18 days ago, 20 days ago, a startup in Berlin, Germany, produced 1.4 million tests for coronavirus to ship around the world. South Korea doing 10,000 a day. This is 1.4 million tests. The U.S. said, no, we can create our own. And now the U.S. has the lowest rate for testing its citizens around the world. And at one point, they went back and said, could we give you billions of dollars to give it to us? They waited because they wanted to make a profit. They wanted to monetize this. This is this was the same dynamic with Katrina. We're going to privatize FEMA. We're going to privatize FEMA. Job number one for those people who were supposed to get the buses to New Orleans was make a profit. So when they were put on notice that they would need the buses, it was their profit motive that said, well, we're not going to actually move them to where they need to be Because if it's a false alarm, we're going to lose money. We'll wait. What's the worst that could happen? Well, we saw what the worst that could happen was. That thing was subcontracted down so many times that everybody had this margin that they needed to make, and so they weren't going to go and deploy the buses. That's what we just saw. I'm convinced of it. Why would you say no? Why would you say no unless somebody in the administration wanted to monetize this? Mark this down, cut this clip. We may not know about this for years or maybe 6 months when somebody at the CDC basically comes out and says, all right, I've done everything I can do. Now I can tell the truth. But people are going to die because of this. And worse. I mean, it's like thousands could die because of this. The immiseration is going to be, this is all about catching it early. And we're not going to be ramped up to test a month later than we should have been. And look at the numbers now. It's nuts.